Hey guys, I'm playing Girome, a 3-minute opponent in the pool. I played this guy before. Don't have any stats on it, but another guy I remember playing quite a bit back in the day, back when I was more active on ICC. Let's play knight f3. Let's be flexible in this position. I'm getting the c5 line a lot. Everyone's playing this. Let's go g3. So now knight ce4 is the main move. This guy seems to know what he's doing. Bishop c5 is not the main move. So I'm going to play e4. And get the pawn to e5 quickly. That's what you want to do before they have a chance to play e5 and block you. So I'm going to get some nice activity now. And with this bishop on c5, I can always play knight d3 and attack it. Usually you don't have that. Their bishop's on e7. It's a little bit more hidden. What to do now? I could play bishop f4. That might transpose to a main line. But I think I like knight d3. Usually you don't get to do this. He's going to have to waste a tempo if he wants to keep his bishops. If he goes bishop d6, I might play c5 and sack a pawn. Wow, he doesn't do it. Okay, I can play bishop takes b7, queen takes, knight takes c5. What else can I do? I can just take on c5. I could play bishop f4. Lots of good options. I sort of like... No, bishop takes b7, he can take on f2. So that's probably no good. Let's just play bishop f4. It's a sensible developing move. He'll play bishop d6, I bet. And then I can trade and take on b7. I should be up a solid pawn. It is doubled, but you can't have everything. And c5 could be coming soon. Could play it now. Any downside to doing that? Probably not. c5. No, let's wait a move. Let's go back and wait a move. I think he wants to trade the light square bishops. Yeah. It's annoying because my pawns could become weak. I have to stop him from trading too much, maybe. Or I want to trade a little bit to get closer to an endgame where this pawn would matter, I mean. But he can just like take and play knight d7, maybe. Yeah, that's possible too. I think I see a way I might be able to retain some pressure. I was going to take on b8, trade, and then go rook b1. But he can trade and take this pawn. But no, I think I still have a little bit if I do that. So let's go for that line. Yeah, he doesn't do it. Now I have rook b5 if I want it. Does rook b5 look good? Or maybe rook b4. Rook b4, knight takes c5, rook c4. Is that anything? Possibly not. Possibly it is not. I'm going to try it, though. I'm kind of going out on a limb here. Doesn't want that. But now I win a piece. Okay, I'm winning a piece, but I have no time. That's a problem. He resigned, though. Okay. Well, kind of like the last game, I won a piece. I won a knight at an opportune moment when I was a little down on the clock. Let's see if he could take on c5. So I think he definitely could. Well, I shouldn't say definitely, but I think he can do this. Take, and I was thinking rook c4, but queen d6. It's kind of a weird position because he's not threatening my knight on d3, nor am I threatening to win by taking here. So the question, like I was thinking like maybe I can go here and pump up the pressure on that knight. But is it in time? Like can he just go rook c7, for instance? I don't think anything weird is happening. Rook d4? Maybe. Queen e7. He's got a weak back rank, and he's kind of pinned down, but nothing is connecting for me here. Just very confused. Well, let's see. Let's get the verdict from the comp. Rook c4, queen d6, queen d2, queen d5. Oh, queen d2 it was saying. I'm sorry. Not queen e2, queen d2. Putting myself in a pin. Not a natural move at all. What if he pins me back? What if he goes here? Oh, rook d4. That's kind of funny. There's like mutual pin stuff going on. Like if I take here, he can take there, and now he's winning. But I get the last laugh because I have rook d4. And then after his queen is overloaded, it'll have to defend both of these. Wow, so queen d2 could give him trouble. Why is that? So if he plays like rook c7, now rook d4, okay. And then if queen e7, I take here, and surprise, that queen turned out to be useful on d2 compared to e2. Back rank trouble. So does he have to find some super precise move to hold here? Looks like it. Queen d8. Rook d4. Queen b6. Take. And after that excitement, we get to...
check.
Potentially a pawn ending.
Check.
Or queen ending. I probably shouldn't go to the pawn ending. Wow. That's a complicated line. So after all this, we get to some position like that where maybe I have good chances with my passed c-pawn. Or at least winning chances. It's complicated. See, this is what can happen. It's well known in 3 minute. Like, if you start thinking, like, here, I spent a good deal of time trying to calculate if he could take the pawn on c5, but really I should just make this move and see. Because spending a third of my time or so is probably not justified right now. I mean, he could just play like knight f6 or something, and yeah, I'm better, but do I have enough time to win? So I was fortunate that he ended up blundering the piece to knight e5 and then resigned. He didn't test me. One other thing I want to check is the position when he played bishop c5. Because as I was saying, the crucial move is just bishop e7 right here. And then after bishop e7, the line goes e4, d6, e5, take, take. Then his bishop's more sheltered. If he goes like queen c7 now, white usually plays bishop f4 or queen e2, then bishop d6. And this can lead to like some complications. Here he can play knight d7 or knight e8. But I kind of think I can exploit the position of his bishop on c5. Maybe it's not much, but it's something. And it's very important I play e5 right here, because if let's say I just kind of, well, rook d1 actually. Let's say I play like, I don't know, bishop g5 or something. I think he gets to play e5. This is a very nice position for him. He blocks the center. He makes these pawns fairly static and poor. And these minor pieces become bad too. My knight has no scope. Bishop has no scope. Not good. So I need to play e5, hop the knight to the center, open the bishop simultaneously. I guess the computer's not like super thrilled about my position, but I liked it. And here I had various ways to try to win a pawn. I wonder what it'll say about my pawn grabbing. It's just annoying. Like you feel like you should be getting more. Like I feel like I just accomplished something by winning this pawn, but in reality, I mean, he's got great comp. Like if we look at this, if he trades those light square bishops, I mean, I'm up a pawn, but they're doubled, and c5 is a constant weakness, and he has like no other weaknesses in this position. So how much better am I really in that position? I guess rook b4 could be played now. Yeah, that would be a better time to play it, wouldn't it? so that if he takes, I can straighten out my pawn structure. That would have been nice. And if he takes here, rook c4. Again, we're getting into some weird pin situation. Rook b1. Yeah, and he did that. I was considering the line take as well. And I was wondering if he could take here, but I thought the c-pawn would be a nuisance to him. And if he takes on c5, well, then I can at least go into this ending. I saw this line, and then win this pawn. With excellent chances for the win, for me. Queen endings are so tough, guys. Like, I don't know how much experience you guys have with queen endings. I don't have that much experience with queen endings over the board, surprisingly. I never seem to get them in my own games. But problem with queen endings is there's always a high probability of a perpetual check, even if you're up a pawn or sometimes even 2 pawns or more, because you're dealing with queens, kings, and pawns, and the board's going to be open. And even if one side's down a pawn, you just often have to endure like a barrage of checks if you're the one trying to win. So even though the engine says +2 right here, it probably is winning for white. It may not be super simple. Like, actually what I would want to do here is put my queen on b7 so that my king will be safe on g2. He can never check me on the long diagonal. But he has things he can do, like, the top move is h5, trying to pry open my king. If my king ends up going on or g2, he can play h4 and, threaten h3 at some point to try to expose it and go for a perpetual. Because he's not going to be able to stop these pawns. Black's best chance would be to go for a perpetual. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that game. Yeah, this is an interesting one. I got to play faster. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please leave me any feedback in the comments, and I'm going to stick around for one more game today. Thanks, guys.